what does self-compassion mean? What are we talking about when we're saying self-compassion? It sounds so
Yeah.
obvious, but
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's one of those things that sometimes people say, but they don't quite understand all the different
mm,
components that go into it.
mm,
And I guess self-compassion, I always say it's just creating a bit of space to recognize that you exist in this world, to
ooh, yes,
recognize, it's ensuring that you don't make yourself invisible.
mm,
Create space to recognize that you are a being in this world, a
mm,
human being, and you actually also deserve the opportunity to be loved. You
yes,
deserve the opportunity to be seen, and you
yeah,
deserve the opportunity to matter. And so
mm,
self-compassion says, the same way I want to be able to love others and to create
mm,
space for them is the same way that others should also love me and treat me.
mm,
Okay. And so self-compassion can also become a model for how it
mm.
is you want others to communicate and live and exist with you in the same way you're wanting to exist with them.
Ooh,
So it's been,
yes,
yeah, and it's important. And self-compassion isn't selfishness. Some
mm,
people think, oh, if self-compassion, isn't that just being selfish? But
no,
actually, there's been a
mm,
lot of research that have shown the more self-compassion that you can actually demonstrate,
mhm,
uh, the more you are actually able to show others love and compassion. Because
yeah,
as you increase your own capacity to love self, you
yeah,
are then able to have more capacity to love others.
yeah,
And yeah, and there's a lot of research that's been done by a lady called Dr. Christine Neff,
mhm,
and she's created this whole concept around self-compassion, and she's come up with sort of, I think, three core components, like
mhm,
self-kindness versus self-judgment.
mhm,
Um, there's another, the second one is around understanding your common humanity, the fact that you exist within community rather than being an isolated being.
yeah,
And then this mindfulness, or being really thoughtful and intentional, versus sort of like over identifying, or like
mhm,
overly being swept up by negative thoughts or negative perceptions, but actually taking the time to be intentional.
yeah,
um, and so there's a lot of research that's been done around self-compassion, but
mm,
as a Christian, I'm like, scripture has already told us about self-compassion. When Christ summarized the 10 commandments into two, and the
mm,
second one he said was being able to love your neighbor as you
as you love
love
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah,
And so the prerequisite for being able to love others, show up for others, be there,
mm,
is actually learning to show up for yourself, because
yeah,
you matter too. You are a human being and you
yeah.
also deserve love. So that's how I would summarize self-compassion.